Hey, bitches and bows and non-binary hoes, welcome back to the one and only Band of Misfits podcast, the showcase of controlled chaos we call our friendship. That's Wolf, that's Muse, Panda will be here shortly, and I'm your main squeeze, Shiota. What is up?
I'm sorry, I can never keep a straight face when you're doing that.
Yeah, why do you think I turn off my camera?
I was saying, Shiota purposely turned his camera off so we couldn't see him while he was doing that. So he could concentrate and he wouldn't have to worry about us. Holy crap, Muse, you look pale as hell.
I think it's just the lighting,
It's
honestly.
it's the
Like,
lighting. It's her window. But holy crap, it makes you look like you're glowing.
I know.
Literally. But yeah, okay, so to start off, guys, we just want to go ahead and say sorry we've been gone for a while and we've been having inconsistent podcasts and stuff. It's that time of year. We're students. Some of us have jobs. It's everyone's been busy. Some of us have finished up school already, or I should say, all of us are done with school now. Some of us have graduated. Some of us have moved home. You
some
know,
of us are taking breaks.
some of us are taking breaks, some of us are working jobs, so it's been very hectic. We actually think, depending on how things go job-wise, what we're most likely going to do is shift our recording schedule back to what it was in the fall because that worked better for everyone. The only reason we had to change it for the spring was because everyone's classes conflicted,
Especially Muses, whose
especially
Wednesdays come
Muse.
in Hell Day.
Yeah, Muses Wednesdays were Hell Day, and usually that's when we record the podcast. So we had to shift the podcast to
Oh,
Friday and bump the stream back. So hopefully we can change those things back, or at least that's our goal because that seemed to work better for people. But yeah, and now we don't have to worry about Muses Hell Days. Or my spontaneous astronomy class is suddenly deciding we are going to do a lab outside at night. So,
mhm.
but yes, it's just us doing a chill podcast, giving you guys updates on how we've been doing, what we've been doing while we're gone. So, yeah, Muse, you want to start?
Uh, Maybe skip me unless you want to be sad.
Well, we'll start with sad and go to happy.
Yeah, no, I've just been having an off day today. Like, I don't think I got the job. My girlfriend is sick. I haven't been feeling well.
Oh yeah, just one of those times. Yeah, so Muse has gone ahead. Her school actually finished a week before my school, so she's gone.
Oh,
She's
two
already
weeks.
yeah,
I've
she
been
or
off
two
for two
weeks.
weeks now.
Yeah, so she's been done for 2 weeks. She's already back home. Um, Again, thanks to COVID, she was not able to graduate this semester. Thank you, COVID, screwing up the schedules of people like her, who is an art major and needs to actually be there in person to have access to the studio. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it really screwed it up. So she's going, you're literally only going because you have a few art classes you need to do that require the studio, which really
Yeah.
sucks.
Literally, I only need two classes.
Dude, you're not
And
going to pay for an entire semester just for two classes?
I'm adding on an extra class just to help keep me, because the minimum credits to stay on campus is 12, and I actually am
Oh,
still not there. I have 11.
yeah, that would do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise I would have only had 8. So I had to take an extra class for that one. Luckily it's glass making, so hopefully
Oh,
I'll
that
have
sounds
some fun
interesting.
with that.
Also, you should have fun with that. Hopefully they can keep an eye on you and make sure you don't get hurt because we both know that Muse and I are incredibly accident prone and clumsy. If anything's going to happen, it's going to happen to us. So maybe you want to tell them to have bubble wrap nearby and like a fire extinguisher and burn stuff and
Uh, Bubble wrap I think is flammable, so how about not that?
okay.
How about
Burn
baking
ointment,
soda?
fire extinguisher. What?
Okay, okay, yeah. For a second, I thought you said baking powder. I was like, no, wrong one.
No, baking soda. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
let's just throw baking powder at it.
Yeah, no, this is gonna get worse.
Dude, oh my god, Muse, can I throw a tiny bit of baking powder at the fire pit at your house?
No!
Come on! It'll be fun. You can't give me an idea like this and not let me do anything with it.
And this is why you simped for Damien.
Yes. Yes. What can I say? We like burning things. We like disgusting.
Demons of Chaoses.
What? I don't
God.
know what you're talking about. I'm a little angel.
Your hair says otherwise.
Okay, ignore the fact that yes, the halo is being propped up by horns. Ignore that. Um, it's actually glued on to the tips of my horns, so it stays up there.
I'm surprised that that's holding it.
It's Gorilla Glue.
Oh, I still thought the gravitational pull of idiocy, illogical stupidity would knock it off.
Haha, very funny. That's like, I could say the exact same for you. Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm not lying. I don't have a damn halo.
Okay, well, let's go to the one person. Well, no, I was about to say, let's go to the one person in the group who does have a halo.
No.
No, Shielda doesn't have one. He is a Slytherin.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. We're Slytherins.
I
There's no
was
way in
saying,
hell we
yeah, you
have
two are
halos.
Slytherins. I forgot who I was talking to for a second. I was swiftly reminded the moment I opened my mouth. My brain caught up with me and was like, no. So,
Yeah. And
Shielda, how's life been?
Ah, alright, I suppose. Uh, my mom's out of physical therapy. That's
Yay!
oh yay.
kind of parent.
Your
Kind of
paranoia is kind of going a little crazy.
rails my paranoia, but like she's been alright, but you know some things happen, and okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
switch tracks now before it starts itching at my brain.
Yeah.
Um, Works fine. That's idiots to deal with because we are slowly picking them off. No, literally, we are literally picking them off. We only have like one more to go.
Nice.
Uh, my stone cold is at 11, so I get an extra hour's sleep
Ooh.
because I used to have to go in at 2. Now I had to go in at 3. So
Yeah, now that Governor Cooper has gone ahead and changed the way things are going, um,
oh my
stores and
god.
stuff are able to actually push hours back.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I have some beef with the mask thing.
Yeah, I have beef with the mask thing as well.
Like literally on the store it says, according to state mandate, fully vaccinated people are not required.
Yeah, but you know,
Well,
idiots are going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm fully vaccinated when they're not vaccinated at all.
yes,
They're just going to lie about it.
it's based off of the honor system. Well, that's just bullshit. Because like the people who weren't wearing a mask when the mask mandate was in place, they aren't gonna
They're not
suddenly
going to
start
get
wearing a
vaccinated.
mask. No, which is why I think it's stupid to start lifting it. Because like just because you have this orange sign out doesn't mean gonna start wearing masks. Like you're literally just you're inviting people to continue spreading
I'll say
COVID.
all you're doing is making it so people who before were required to wear masks in the store, now that no one's going to wear a mask.
I mean, like
They're
that just
they're like, "Oh, I'm not required to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear a mask now." And they don't care if they get vaccinated or not.
yeah, and like we can't like there's no way we are gonna be able to tell if they're vaccinated or not unless like I don't know they carry their vaccination cards in their wallets. Like and like I'm someone who's already paranoid. So like, I don't know if this person is standing next to me was vaccinated. He's not wearing a mask. He There's no way I can tell if he's been vaccinated or not.
Yeah, you're putting blind
So
trust in strangers.
yeah, and I believe though percentage of fully vaccinated people in the state is like 34.4. I mean that's way too low for my
I'll say
liking.
that's not high at all. You think more people would be getting vaccinated because this is a disease that's killing people, but no, everyone's like, you don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine. Oh my God, I got in the stupidest argument with somebody the other day.
Do tell,
You guys are going to say that this guy's an idiot.
do
So,
tell.
bless his heart, he is a friend of mine, and we wound up agreeing to disagree simply because I didn't want to go off into an argument with him about it. He is not getting vaccinated because in his brain, he doesn't, he's like, the whole COVID nonsense is stupid. Like, okay, sure, it's a disease, whatever, it's killing people, whatever. Like, it's not as bad as it's being made out to see. I'm like, dude, it's a global pandemic. Like, okay. And then he was like, also, the vaccine, you're basically letting them inject. So, oh my God. They're like, you're letting them
Inject tiny
inject
little robots into our
you're,
bloodstream so the
no, he's
government
like,
can
you're
catch us.
letting them inject, yeah, the vaccine, which is made up of the disease. He's like, you're letting them basically put the disease in your body. I'm like, okay, that's what a vaccine is. That's how the flu vaccines are that you get every year. Do you get the flu vaccines? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, you're basically, when you get the flu vaccine, they're putting a strain of the flu in your body that they've gone ahead and get, mixed antibiotics and all that crap with to help you fight it. That's what this is. And he was like, yeah, but you're still putting the thing in your body. You're an idiot.
Then
I'm
stop
like,
getting the flu
okay.
vaccine. Then stop getting the flu shot, you moron.
I know. I was like, dude, I was like, let's agree to disagree because you're sounding so anti-vax right now. He's like, I'm not anti-vax. I'm like, okay.
Then
I
why
was
is
like,
it
let's
getting
just
the
agree to
vaccine?
disagree and move on. I was like, before I strangle you. Um, one of my other friends, she's like, I respect people who are getting vaccine and stuff. She's waiting just because she's curious about the long-term effects and stuff. I was like, dude, I don't care. I'm high risk. It's either I get this vaccine, which is proven to help people fight it and stuff. It doesn't prevent you from getting it, but it's proven to help people fight it. I'm high risk. If I got COVID without the vaccine, there's a high chance that I would die from it, or at least have permanent damage to my lungs that would really inhibit me and stuff. So it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm not worried about the long-term effects and stuff. Like, this is a thing that is killing people, or that if you do survive, is inhibiting your breathing. And I know this for a fact because I spoke to someone at my school who got COVID and survived. And he was basically like, every breath is painful, it's hard to breathe. He's like, and that's just, a result of surviving. And so he was like, get the vaccine. Well, he's like, I got COVID and I survived. So, just get the vaccine, guys. Like, it's better than risking death and permanent damage to your lungs. It's like common sense, people. But yeah, apparently most people in the United States don't agree with that. Which is why, again, we're one of the few countries in the world that still have COVID as a pandemic going around.
Doesn't India have a huge crisis
I
though?
said I
Yes.
said few countries. I said few countries in the world. Yes, India also does, but India, if you look at their living conditions, it's vastly different from ours. So, I'm not saying it makes sense that they're getting it, but it is easier for it to spread. Um,
Here's
and
something
if
stupid.
what?
Go ahead.
No, I didn't know where I was going with that thought.
But here's one thing that I heard when COVID started was like COVID is strictly political. Once the election is over, you'll hear nothing about it whatsoever. Uh, Hole number one, China doesn't give a fuck about the presidential election. I mean, Russia might, but China no.
I'll
Like
say, yeah,
no
the
other
other countries
country
don't care.
other than maybe Russia. I don't know. I'm not gonna be that kind of paranoid. They don't care about the election. Like they aren't going to burn this charade just for the election. They give zero shits. And literally that's the only hole. Cause like other countries are not going to be acting fake pandemic all for the sake of the presidential U.S. election.
I'll say, yeah, people like this is a legit thing. They say it was literally announced as a global pandemic. It's not one of those things that's like, oh yeah, it's tied to the election. It's not. The other countries don't give a damn about who is our president. They don't
Other than
care.
maybe Russia, but
Well, except for, yeah, maybe Russia or whatever. But like no one else cares. Um, so yeah, people drive me crazy about it. And it really pisses me off sometimes. Just get vaccinated. People, please get vaccinated. Like I'm legit begging you, please go get the vaccine. There are people in this world who are high risk that you are basically in not getting the vaccine and in not wearing a mask, you're basically saying, screw you, I don't care about your health or safety. Like, that's
I mean,
basically it's like a giant middle finger to us. Like, come on, man.
yeah, like regardless if my store is letting people do use regardless if my store is letting people wear masks, like I'm gonna keep mine on because I am paranoid, and as I said before, I don't feel comfortable with the current percentage.
Yeah, I agree. Until, like, at least, I'd say at least 75 to 80% of the United States has been vaccinated, I'm going to keep my mask on. And I might even keep it on past that number. It really depends. And
Yeah,
it's mainly just because, like, again, I'm high risk. I have family who is high risk. I have friends whose family members are high risk. I don't want to risk it for people. Like, I care. But yeah, so oh my God, I I hated interrupting you, but just you reminded me of that guy, and oh my gosh, I've never had a stupider argument. But yeah, anything else been happening, Shiota?
I mean I got a new mic.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if
that's
you
true.
can. I don't know if you can tell on the recording, but I got a new mic.
Yeah, so we've gone ahead and Shiota went ahead and got a mic and has hooked it up.
For a
So
reason that we aren't gonna discuss, because it's supposed to be a surprise.
I was going to say for future games, once everybody's back home, we now have the mic, so we are all, and because we are all vaccinated, I believe every single one of the Misfits, not just us three and Panda when she comes on later. I think all of the Misfits have been fully vaccinated now. So yeah, now that we're all fully vaccinated, we feel more comfortable with actually going and hanging out in people's houses in person so we can record certain videos, which we have been putting off because it's just those things where it's better if it's in person recordings. So, yeah, so we
Yeah,
finally
like
got a mic for it.
games, games like Little Hope, which I know all of you are trying, hammering us to finish. we figured it would be a little bit easier to finish it when we were all in the same room.
Yes, we are going.
So
That's one of those things where, yeah, what we're gonna do is I will basically we'll go to someone's house. I will bring my laptop, hook it up to the TV, and then we will all just play it there together and record it. It's just one of those things where it's just easier that way.
yeah, that will most likely cut out the technical difficulties that we have been known
Yes.
to have.
Yeah,
Don't
plus it's just
experience
more
every calls.
enjoyable because it's one of those games where it's like you have to make decisions for characters, and so we wind up pausing the game anyway to make these decisions. And it's just, it would just be more fun for both us and the audience if we were doing that actually in person. So,
Like
and then
we
again, this semester got way too busy.
yeah, like we do want to do a few choice games. Like I know I have a whole list of choice based games.
Oh yeah, we have a whole list, and I know we've got a list of games that we want to play, and I know for sure one of them was the main reason we had with the mics already been hooked up because I believe that's going to be recorded here in a few weeks or something. I'm not 100%
Mm-hmm.
sure. But yeah, so that'll be recorded once everyone comes home. And by everyone I mean me because I think I'm the only one that's still away.
Yeah, out of the main
Uh,
four. Well,
yeah, I was about to say Bookworm's not back.
Honestly, yeah, Bookworm's not back, but she still working up there?
She got a
She has
new
an
job up
apartment.
there.
Yeah, she has an apartment, she has a job up there, so um yeah, but out of the main four of us, yeah, I am still here. I am here until the 29th. Actually, my it's funny, my lease doesn't run out until the end of June, but I'm gonna not break my lease, but I'm going to leave early. Like I'll still pay for my part of the apartment in June, but like my roommate will have the apartment to herself, which is nice because since school ended, her boyfriend basically, because he lived at the dorms, has basically moved in with us. So his stuff is kind of all on our porch right now. Um, which is it's not a lot, but yeah. So when I move out, basically this my room here, I'm going to leave my door unlocked and they're going to use my room as like storage and stuff. Like if they have people visit, it's going to be like a guest room or whatever. So
so does your roommate like did your roommate live there before you came?
no, actually these are new apartments. Yeah, these are new apartments. They literally started building them, I want to say fall, no, yeah, fall of 2019 they started building them. And then due to COVID and stuff, like they were literally, I was moving in at the beginning of the school year and they were still putting like handles
Wolf,
on
check your
doors and
phone.
stuff. I know, I saw you. Hey guys, sorry there, for a second. Yeah, so we had to pause the recording because we literally just got some, um, can I make the pun?
Yes,
We got
yes.
some breaking news. Not good breaking news, unfortunately. It's literally breaking. Muse, would you like to share?
Yeah, going along with the pun though, Wolf really want to say someone. I have a storage unit with my three of my suite mates for the summer, and we just got word that someone broke into it. So, so that's fun, and we're trying to figure that out. All we know is that the storage company that we're with called us saying that our door was left open and our lock is missing. And a friend of mine took photos of it to show us because none of us were up there, and we noticed one box was shifted slightly and was missing its lid. So we think that's the only thing that was disturbed in the storage unit. We just find it annoying because no other storage unit was disturbed except for ours. and ours is in the back. It's like, if you're going to try and take something, go for one in the front where it's near the exit.
Yeah, it's like they purposely went to yours. And it makes me wonder. It's like, how desperate must you be to break into a group of college students storage unit?
Well, it's even, how would they even know it was us college students?
I mean, that's fair. They could have not known, but
It's all plain storage units.
yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, of all storage units break into, like, it's yours. That sucks. So, I think you said one of your roommates is there, and she's checking things out just to see if anything was taken.
Um, she was there earlier by the sound of it, actually, and she's going back, I think, either tomorrow or Monday to actually look through our stuff to see um what was taken, if anything. And she's probably going to do like a video camera for us so we can also see.
Okay. Did she at least change the comment? Did she at least put a new lock on the door and like?
We think the person, apparently our code, we think it's either they got lucky with putting in a random number or they had their own.
What do you mean it had their own?
With this, like we have an indoor room, like room control, climate control. So we're inside a building, and the way you get inside the first like entrance door is there's a keypad, and each individual person who has the storage unit in like a room in the storage unit has their own code. So like if they're I think there's roughly like 50 to 60 storage units in the facility, so that's 50 to 60 codes that
I
are
don't
out
know what
there.
math is, so I'm not even gonna bother doing the math of that.
No, it's just like we're just like one out of 50 that has a code. And
So they basically
so,
typed in a number and got lucky.
yeah.
Storage
Or
unit
they were one
roulette.
of the, yeah. Or they already had they were already a person who had a storage unit in there and for some reason decided on someone else's. We don't know yet.
Well, is everything at least locked up tight so hopefully they can't go back and
We got a new lock and it's now a key this time.
Oh yeah, I definitely
good.
okay. So this would be something that would set my paranoia off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do not trust those number combination things despite me having like a world one at walk. Like I would honestly rather prefer a locking key instead of a one like combination ones because like a
Yeah.
locking key it's like you're getting in or you're not getting in. But
Yeah.
a number or word combination is okay. You have X amount of chance. You have X percentage of getting in and X percent and Y percentage of getting of not getting in.
Yeah, it just also depends on the how long the number combo is. Like for our door it's 5, but like my original lock it was the tumbler lock. So that's even more complicated than just a simple number pad.
There's no like lock cutter things to like snap it.
There's no evidence, like literally my lock was just taken. So
Oh,
we have
that
no idea what happened, and that's why it's like, okay, if someone purposely got into our storage unit, no matter what kind of lock we get, more than likely they had cutters.
I'll say, yeah, it sounds like they might have broke the lock and then taken it with them because they threw it away or something because they broke it.
Or it just shows evidence of like what tool they used.
That's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take it away so nobody has the evidence. Um, God,
this
that
just makes me
sucks.
not want to get a storage unit for whatever reason. Ugh.
Oh, my family has a storage unit. We don't. To be fair, we kind of forgot we have a storage unit. So long story short, years and years and years ago, we had family who used to live. We had family that lived in South Carolina, and one of them passed away, so their spouse decided they were going to go ahead and move. And they had like they had a parent that was living next door to them. So they sold both of those houses, and that's a lot of furniture. And at the time, my family were like, "Oh, we had been thinking of building a cabin because we have land, which I think we're probably just going to get rid of now." At the time, we were thinking of building a cabin, but of course, that was right when the price for building things shot up. So we have all this furniture and it's just sitting in a storage unit. So I think this summer I'm gonna go with my family and we're actually gonna open it and see if any of it's still good. Because I know if we're not going to do anything with it, I think we're just going to donate a lot of it and then save some of it for when like I move out. Because
Hmm.
it's a lot of, I want to say it's a lot of like tables. There might be a sofa in there. There's some lights. I know there's a few
Oh
beds in
damn.
there. Like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's kind of yeah, this summer I'm gonna go with my family. We're gonna actually see if any of it's still good because we kind of forgot about it for a few years. But yeah.
So as the audience knows, me and Musings does Netflix on Thursdays.
Panda!
And I'm going to save that. So we've been
Panda's here. It's podcast
podcast month
mom.
back.
We missed you, podcast mom.
Why are you holding your pop screen so intently?
Because we have a story. It's story time, children.
It's story
Oh yes, it's
time.
time to catch up with Wolf now. Okay, so let me just go ahead and start with general life things, and then I'll go into this story. So I went ahead, I graduated on the 15th. Yay!
Woo!
And and in
Hmm.
graduating, I have now officially, and I just did this earlier actually. So when I graduated, I sent off my applications to school to universities because I want to get a master's degree. So
Right.
I've gone ahead. I had two university I was looking at. I'm gonna get my degree fully online. Shioda's got a smug look on his face. It's great. So I sent those off, and then today I literally ordered my transcript to be sent to both of those. I got a confirmation email like right before we were. That's what I was doing when I was getting things set up. I was also looking at the confirmation emails. Um, but yeah, so on top of that, I've also been trying to find a job.
Mm.
So Shiota, being the little sneaky, conniving, wonderful friend he is, uh, went ahead and updated me on the fact that the place he works, the store he works with, is hiring people. And originally I was like, oh, I was thinking, oh, it's cashier. I don't really want to be a cashier. But then he sent me a text like a few days later, and it was like a list of all the positions they were hiring for. It was so many positions, and I was like, holy crap. So he went ahead and texted me. He was like, "Oh, you might want to apply for this position because it's like minimal human contact. Like you can it will be fine with your anxiety and stuff." Because again, I have severe social anxiety. I am working on it, but it's not quite there yet. Obviously. So yeah, so I applied and stuff, and then I was waiting to hear back because they did interviews yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
yesterday was a job fail.
yes, yesterday was the job fair. Literally. You want to know what I was doing, Shiota? Here is the
What?
story. I
Please
woke
tell.
up, and 10 minutes later, I get a phone call. I was still in bed. I get a phone call and it's Shiota. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm thinking, oh my God, did something happen? I'm like, as I'm answering the phone, I'm also unlocking my phone so I can look in the Misfits chat. And I'm like, well, it doesn't look like anything's wrong. And all Shiota says is, I'm like, hey. And he's like, hang on a second, I'm putting you on speaker. Doesn't explain anything. Then I hear this he's like, can I say his actual name? Or I don't think
I just
anybody's
say
gonna.
P.
Okay. He was like, "Hi, my name's P. So I read your application." And I'm going, like, still, I just woke up 10 minutes earlier. Still, my brain is like trying to catch up. He's like, "Oh, do you have time to answer a few questions for me?" And I just automatically went, "Yeah."
Of
And
course, yeah, right.
meanwhile, my brain's going, "What's going on? Who is this guy?
Mhm.
What's he mean application?" I was so confused. Shielda didn't tell me anything. He just handed his phone off to somebody. He was just like, "Hey, I'm putting you on speaker." So this guy is asking me questions. He's basically because in my application I put that I was gonna be going to school in the fall. So he was just asking. He was like, "Oh, is there a set time for your classes, or is it's like all online? Can you do it whenever?" I was like, "Oh, it's one of those. It's all online. You can do it whenever." And he was like, "Okay, awesome.
Are you gonna be
What?"
doing full time or part time?
Yeah,
Which
he
I'm
was like,
kind
"What
of
do you
surprised
prefer,
when you
part
answer.
time or full time?" Which dude, I was shocked he asked that because originally when I applied to the job, it was for part time. Because I thought that was the only position that was open was a part time position. Because I really wanted to work full time. Because so I was like, I prefer full time. And he was like, "Okay, we can work with that." And I'm just going, yes. Still waking up. Please keep in mind, still trying to get my brain to wake up. Somehow my brain's piecing the puzzle pieces together, going, "Oh, this must be the guy that's gonna do an interview with me. Oh, he looked at the app. Okay, so this is for work. This is possible job stuff. Thanks for the. I'm thinking, thanks for the heads up, Shiota. Um,
Right.
and basically, yeah. So now I have an interview. Literally, I move home on the 29th. I have an interview on the 30th at 9 a.m. for this job position. Because I was like, yes, I can do whatever day you're available. I can do whatever time. I'm just saying yes to everything. Like, I don't care if I got plans that day. I will cancel my plans. Like, so he was like, oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll see you then. And Shiota gets the phone back, and I'm just like, dude, I owe you the biggest hug. But what the hell? I was like, thanks for the heads up. You
Okay, so here's. Oh wait, what happened after we hung up?
Dude,
Out
I
of
laid in
curiosity.
my bed because you were like, "Oh, you should tell your parents, because your parents will be really happy." Because my parents have been helping me look for a job because it's really hard to find jobs,
It
even with
is.
a
It is.
degree.
It's
It's
stressful. It's
incredibly
stressful.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they were helping me. So because Shioto hung up and he was like, "Oh, you can tell your parents like you got a job." I literally laid in my bed for another 10 minutes, staring at my ceiling, like, "Did that just happen, or am I dreaming?" Is it like I literally pinched myself. I stood up, got out of my bed, went to my bathroom, stared in the mirror, and then went and laid back down and was like, "Am I dreaming? Is this real? What's going on?" And then it just hit me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I've got a job and everything. I gotta call my parents." I literally like sat up in bed and was like calling my mom, and I was so confused though. I'm like, I just woken up. Let me
Ugh.
tell you, you are so lucky I was awake because my phone is still on silent. So I could have missed that phone call.
Oh yeah, I would have honestly just started spam texting you like wake up. I'm gonna set you on
Honestly,
a
I
house
think
on
I'm
fire. Wake
actually
up.
going to turn my ringtone on now, specifically for that reason. Because, yeah, I
Right.
still had my phone on silent because I had hybrid classes. So I still had things I had to go in person to, and I don't want my phone going off in the middle of class. So, dude, you are so lucky. I had literally set an alarm to wake myself up, and I had slept slightly past it. So I had just woken up, and yeah, 10 minutes later, my phone, I happened to be looking at my phone also. I just so happened to be laying on my side and have my phone next to me. I wasn't on my phone. I was just staring off into space, trying to determine if I was going to go back to sleep or not. And honestly, trying to talk myself out of bed. Because at that point in the day, I was like, I kind of need to get out of bed, but I don't want to. But I need to, but I don't want to. I
Mood.
have things I need to do, but I don't want to. I'm cozy. Literally, I had my phone next to me and I just happened to see it light up. So you are so lucky, and oh my God, thank you so. I owe you the biggest freaking hug when I get back. Like,
I
oh
mean,
my gosh.
I mean, it was 3 o'clock. I figured you'd be up by now, because that's typically around the time you start waking up.
Yeah, I wake up about 2:30, but I think I had gone to, something had happened the night before, and I think I wound up not going to bed later, but I had been woken up at some point in the night, and I had a hard time going back to sleep, so I wound up sleeping a good like 20 minutes past 2:30, just to get a little extra sleep. And yeah, so
But
I just so happen to be awake.
before I tell my side of the story, how did the conversation with your parents go?
Dude, they were so excited. By the way, my parents say the next time they see you at the store, they're be prepared for my parents chatting to you. Not that my dad doesn't already chat to you because
Yes, he does.
yeah.
Right.
It's weird.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, my dad thinks he's hilarious and he loves to chat with my friend. He is a chatty person. I swear to God, he is
He's a nice
like,
guy.
I swear I need one of those child leashes for him because whenever we go in the public, I swear he makes friends with complete strangers. We'll be walking down the street and he'll like notice somebody wearing a shirt and he'll suddenly veer off and go have a conversation with them. I'm like, Dad, no, Dad, this don't make friends. Dad, come back, come back. So yeah, he loves to talk to you guys whenever he sees you in public.
Mm.
And
I
especially
mean,
since you said because I had mentioned before like he had seen you, but he didn't want to bother you because you were working, but you were like, "Oh, that's fine if he wants to talk for a few minutes." Since I told him that, yeah, now he's going to really talk to you.
yeah. But so my side of the story was it was 3 o'clock. I got off walk. Muse was there for an interview. Um, I offered to give her a ride home. I went to the and like she got there about like 1 o'clock. No, sorry, 2 o'clock. So I was still walking. She was doing her interview. It hits 3. I clock out. I go to the back. Both the customer service manager, the store manager, and someone from Dairy Frozen are like standing near the freezers, the Dairy Frozen freezers, and they Phil seems to be walking into the room, and they were kind of like staring at me, like, oh boy, what did I do? Uh, the store manager says, Sheila, about your friend that sent a job application. I said, Muse, and he just kind of looks at me confused, and I was like, Wolf. Like it looks like it took him a few minutes to like process it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, probably. Then I asked Muse again, this department. I was like, okay, probably the other friend. I was like, okay, Wolf. I was like, yeah, you said he wouldn't be back until next Friday, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and he's gonna be here in the fall, correct? And it's like, yes. Um, he's like, do you know if he's is he uh is it gonna be a set time that he has to be in class, or can he do it when I was like, I'm honestly not sure because he just graduated like literally last week. He hasn't had time to start applying for classes. I was like, okay, call him for an interview. I was like, I kind of like forced it, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Then I was like, give me 1 second. Then I just called Wolf and was like, hang on, I'm putting you on speaker. Then the rest is history. Yeah, no,
Nice.
honestly, I'm kind of surprised that happened as well, because like the only times I ever really talked to Phil is over the mic. Well, just fitting in, but oh well. Um, the only times I ever talked to the store manager, which is the person like one in charge of the whole store,
Mhm.
is over the headset or when I'm closing. So I was kind of stunned that he was asking about you. Like I know you need the help, but I'm surprised he was talking to me and he didn't like call you directly. But I'm assuming they were maybe talking about that particular department and like what they would do come fall. Because like we do have like I think like roughly two people that will be gone in the fall.
Mhm.
So they were trying to figure out like who would replace them when they eventually left. And I'm assuming my manager, the customer service manager, mentioned, "Hey, we do have this person, Sheila's friend, who applied for this position." And I guess I walked in at the right time, assumingly.
Dude, right time, right place.
So yeah, now I have to be ready to
I'd like
for a
to
very
also I'd like to also point out the moment I mentioned I was looking for a job and I was struggling to find a job, Shota immediately was like, "We have openings at our store. You wanna work with me? You wanna work with your friend? You wanna work with your friend?"
hang on. I'm gonna
Oh, let's
quickly.
say, do you have the
I'm,
conversation?
yeah, I'm quickly gonna look for the exact wording
Yeah.
because I just think it's kind of funny. Uh,
It was hilarious.
Whoa, Wolf! How would you like to own a bit of money and walk with your bestest friend over the summer?
To which I replied, "What?" I think.
So outside, of course.
No, I was confused.
Right.
I mean, fail.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
oh.
I wonder if it's gonna be either both your father and mother, or just your father. We'll have to see.
For what?
Uh, the next time I see them, and
It'll
in the
pro
store.
it'll probably be just my dad. Whenever my
Yeah,
mom goes shopping and stuff, she goes to a different one because ours is smaller, and
yeah, fail.
there's certain things that she likes to get that are healthier options that ours doesn't have.
Yeah,
So
fail.
she'll go to a different one. But whenever we need something like that's just quick to pick up, like my dad will go to ours. So
Ah, I think I've always seen your dad by BL. Though
yes,
I thought
yes.
so.
I swear he's not an alcoholic. It's funny. So he has ADHD, so he can drink as much beer as he wants, and it doesn't have the same effect on him as it does other people. It actually
Huh?
calms him down, which is the weirdest thing.
I'm not
So
surprised.
yeah, ADHD is
That's
great.
well, it is a depressant, so I mean,
Anyways, Panda, do you have any life updates?
some personal stuff isn't great that I can't really like
Well,
disclose
yeah,
because it's not
obviously.
my
What about
business.
professional?
Yeah, but it's not my business to disclose. But in terms of good things, I mean, I Josh and I are when we have a real estate agent finally, and we're currently working on getting a place for where my work is,
Yeah, speaking
and
of which,
this is
Panda got a job.
Yes, I have a job.
Woo!
Yes, I have a job. I much like Wolf have been looking for a job I had been looking for a job for a little while, because I had just finished my student teaching and I'd been applying for almost a month, and I ended up getting an interview with two separate sets of schools, and they both wanted me, so I had to decide which one to go with. But I made the decision, and now I have to move out to the eastern side of the state, so that's fun. Um,
We're gonna miss you. You better visit
which
us. I swear to God,
I
you
will.
better
I
visit
definitely
us.
will. And I know.
If
So
you don't visit us, we'll drive up and visit you.
I will. I know. Yeah. I mean, y'all might prefer to come visit me because I'm living near the beach. So to be
Oh,
honest with
do you want that? Actually, it might be fun.
you,
We
it
can have
probably
a
would be
beach
more
trip
fun.
weekend or something.
It would be fun.
Let's not skip me out of that.
You are coming with us. Just
I don't
know
like
that.
the beach.
I don't like the beach either, but we
To
can
the
at least
list.
go and have fun.
Yours added to the list.
got it.
But I
What of things you guys have in
so
common? Yeah, I
so
forgot. Panda's talking to 3 people right now who don't like the beach.
that's so funny. Oh man. But anyway, I so we will be so we're looking at this duplex that's out there right now, and they my real estate agent, I was like, okay, so we both have to apply, right? And I was like, so that just means we both have to, like, so are we allowed to split the rent? And she's like, oh well, you both have to qualify. And I said, I understand that, but
That's not
you know,
answering the question.
well, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, but also, so with real grown-up apartments, if you're a college student, like a lot of college student-based apartments will rent things out by room, but with regular apartments, a lot of times you have a co-applicant as a roommate, and you both have to qualify for the full rent in case one of you defaults on rent, your side of
Hmm.
the rent, or however much you decide to split it. So you still rent the whole place. You know what I'm saying? They don't double your rent, but it's
Yeah.
like you have to like make sure that like they know about both of you. Is the thing. And uh so we are working on doing that right now. That's our big thing that we're doing at the moment. And I'll be
Exciting,
excited to
exciting.
be it's literally the perfect it's the ideal position. It's half an hour away from the military base that's out there, which is far enough for me to feel comfortable. Um, so, and it's only 13 minutes away from my work. So it would be ideal, you know, to be right there. And I am just ready to move out and do my own thing. I'm really going to miss home, but, you know,
I'll say we
that's my
love our
thing.
parents, but
I know. I really love my mom, and we've been going through a lot recently, but you know, I need to move out so I'm not like first of all, so I'm not a financial like I mean, I wouldn't be a financial burden anyway because I would pay rent if I stayed here, but still I would like pay her for me to stay here. I wouldn't just
hmm
like, you know, be a bum. You know what I mean? But I still would like my own place to be a real grown up. And I will be quitting the great supermarket that we all work at some point.
I'll
And
say
we lose
I'd like to point out, Panda is quitting, and Chiyoda has gotten both Muse and I interviews for
No,
it.
I'm
well,
not.
I said
When
got
Soul
interviews.
Mm.
so we lose
when one soul is
one.
freed, two more are captured.
So we lose one member of the cult, but we gain another.
We gain two more, it looks like.
I mean, honestly,
But
I'd be very shocked if you don't get the job, Wolf.
Dude,
I'd
I'll
be
be,
shocked.
I'm
Like
I'll
so
be
it takes
excited.
frank.
it's pretty hard to not get a job there, to be honest with you. It's like it's pretty easy to get a position there.
Mm-mm,
That's like
mm-mm.
what's that?
Meanwhile, I'm looking for another job.
Yeah. You're looking
Well,
for
hey,
feedback?
you don't know that you're not getting that job.
I
They
thought
said they would call me today, and if I didn't get a call,
yeah. Mm,
Oh,
well.
What do you
Oh
think I
man,
was
I'm sorry.
doing? Mm-mm.
Oh. Oh well, I mean that is dumb though. It's I really hope it's not some dumb discrimination thing.
I honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, because that's happened to me way too many times where it's like, oh, we've just had better people that fit in, and it's like, uh-huh.
I was
Yeah,
like, uh-huh, yeah. It's not your fault. I just,
it's not.
people are dicks.
Yeah, so now I'm looking at other places.
I mean, I think a lot of places are hiring right now, right?
There are.
They are, but it's full-time, not part-time.
Fail.
I'll say she
Gotcha.
has to get part-time because she is
And I
schooling,
have
so.
to stay relatively close just because I don't have a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ugh.
You know, depending on it, you'd probably have to carpool with someone to work, or
Mm-hmm.
have somebody drive you.
Yeah. Um, um, showed up. The Barnes and Noble is hiring.
Well, apply there.
Oh,
Don't tempt me.
It's for like book clerk. Like
Don't tempt me.
that'd be kind of nice.
Apply. Muse, apply.
I think it'd be worth a try.
I think it would be worth it. Plus, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you have multiple friends who would love to use your employee discount. Chioda. Yeah, I see that look on your face. Chioda's just going, tempting, tempting. Muse, you should apply there.
Shit, for real. That'd
Seriously though, apply there. You really should apply
be
there.
worth a shot. What's the hourly
Hmm.
pay?
let's see. That they're not saying.
Oh, so that's something you would have to just apply and see what it is.
Well, normally they list your rate of pay. That's odd.
Yeah.
Like they told Josh right out that he'd be making 17 an hour at the entry level. So,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Any more life updates before we wrap it up?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm good.
No, I could catch Panda up later.
Okay.
Okay. Well, in that
Podcast mom,
case,
podcast mom, do you want to wrap us up?
Sure. Well, thanks everybody for joining us this evening. Hope everybody has a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time.
goodbye.